Hello, this is Dr. Doe again. This video continuously with the food, how to make another traditional food in the country, back to my home. Actually, because this week is a special time, it's a lunar New Year, so I just thought about this and put this together. Probably this is the last video about the food. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a baozu. Which is really, it doesn't have to be holiday, and you can wrap inside of the pure meat, or you can just use only the vegetable, or you can just mix. So there are a variety of ways to make it, and there are a variety of styles and type. But I'm just going to teach you the traditional baozu, which means use the leavened dough. So in terms of the leavened dough, how to make it, I'm sure you can pull out a lot of information about this, or you can, if you're busy, you do not to make it, you can buy the biscuit dough actually in those cans, either any stores. You can get them, grocery store, those the biscuit dough, so you can just make it a little flat, more flat, and then use that to wrap. So this is in terms of how to make the dough. I used probably 2 teaspoons of the yeast, 3 cups of the flour, and then you use probably 1 cup of water, and you can just a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. Just in terms of the fermentation process, need some sugars, some water, and some salt. So this is, and you can add a little bit of oil to make it feel good again. So this is how I made it, and of course you can use your own way. In terms of the after you fermented the dough, you just need to knead it to get the air out. So this is quite a straightforward process. You can search the website how to ferment it, make the leavened dough, or you can buy it, like I said. And I made it in terms of the fillings. Like I mentioned, you can use the meat and vegetables together, or you can use just only vegetables, or you can use some only meat and the seasoned meat also. So whatever you prefer, you can just wrap it in and steam it. So this is about the baozu in general introduction. This baozu again is there are different styles in terms of southern part, east or west, or middle of north. But usually the basic idea is the same. Use the leavened dough and wrap inside. So for me today, I make my own dough, and also, like I said, how I made it. I add 3 cups of flour, I add 1 cup of water, a little bit more, full cup of water, or a little more, and also add 2 teaspoons of the yeast. I bought it from the market, and a little pinch of salt and a little oil, and then let it set probably a couple hours. If you want to accelerate the speed, you can use warm water, but I used cold water, so it takes a little longer time. But anyway, so in terms of fillings, I use the mixed pork and beef, and also today I use the vegetable instead of celery. You can use any vegetable, celery, cabbage, napa. Just make sure if you use napa or celery, for example, you need to get those really the juice out, sweat it out. So make sure it's not that wet. And also you can use even green pepper or different kind of bell peppers to make it. And I use cabbage and carrots because cabbage and carrots usually you do not need to do a lot of effort to let the juice out, because they're relatively dry compared to celery and napa. So basically I use probably a small size of the cabbage and a couple of carrots, and meat, ground meat. Actually, you can use chopped a little. Doesn't have to be really ground like the dumplings. For the baozu, you can use a chunk of meat if you like to taste the sensation of the meat. So then you mix them together. Again, add a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. By the way, if you buy the biscuit as your dough to wrap it, then you need to add a little salt to your fillings. So this is about the fillings I made. And also in terms of how to make it, there are a lot of ways. Even there's some sayings like proverbs, like the baozu you taste good doesn't mean it has to be look good, which means a lot of wrinkles and So that's the traditional view of how the baozu look good. You make a lot of folds and make it wrinkled. That looks good. That's in terms of how it looks. But the taste is really the key. So anyway, after the dough is ready, fermented, I knead it, let the air out, and also just use a little bit of dry flour to work on the surface. And in terms of the size, I made probably the size of the dough is about 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter actually, like a walnut size, like this. And then you flat it, and you can like if you use the machine, like I use a machine, use 7 and 5. So make sure the wrap is a little thicker than the dumpling, because you stretch it, you can put a lot of fillings and also steam. There are a lot of water, so that makes sure a little bit. I did. You can search the recipe, of course. So this is what I made. In terms of the thickness, a little thicker, and also you can feel it is a little softer compared to the dumplings. I'm just going to show you how to wrap it. Again, like I said, the best dumpling, the best baozu is a lot of folds, a lot of wrinkles, but the taste is more important to me. So I'm going to show you how I wrap it. And of course, this is not the most beautiful baozu I made, but still I can wrap it as a baozu. So I'm going to show you. So again, you hold the wrap like this, and you put the fillings inside. I like to put a lot of fillings, so that's just my personal preference, because that just adds flavor. And some people make it the safer side, just use a small size of filling. So this is how I made it, like this. And then you hold at the one beginning side, and then you just start to fold it like this. Just a little fold, and when you fold it, you stretch a little bit, and then you keep going, and then you keep going. Just 360 degrees, you wrap them all, and then you just continue to wrap it. So this is the baozu I made, just like this. And when you steam you can have something at the middle, show the color, so like that. And this is the baozu I made. Okay, and since under the same idea, I made a bunch of them today. Okay, so this is the baozu I made. It's quick, actually, compared to the dumplings. You save a lot of time. Just you put the flour, make the dough ready. They will rest there to ferment, and then when you're ready, you just work on this and then wrap it. It's bigger. So that's and after you wrap them everything together. After you made them, you let them sit probably about 15 to 30 minutes. Depends on the dough. Cover it, and then you steam it. How to steam? You have the steamer machine, that's the best. Or if you use the regular stove, the traditional way to steam, just when it's boiled, you just add a little bit of cold water, you put your baozu inside, and then you cover it, and wait probably 1 or 2 minutes when the hot air, the steam really rising up, and then you count the time, probably about 10 minutes. So total, if you do not wait, total be no more than 12 minutes. Otherwise, the dough will be like collapsed. It's not going to be hold the baozu like the round. So this is anyway. A talk is and this is the baozu I made. Doesn't look good, but I hope it tastes good. So again, you can find the recipe a lot of places. You can search it, and if you're interested, you can try it. So I'm going to stop here, and thank you for watching. And I'll post the recipe along with this video. Thank you.